You're listening to the Life Coaching Secrets Podcast, episode 159. Did you know that life coaches are needed now more than ever? I'm Frank Macri, founder of Thriving Coach Academy. I've trained over 1,000 coaches and helped them launch their own successful coaching businesses. If you want to make an incredible income and impact as a coach and have a lot of fun doing it, I'll show you exactly how to get it done. This is Life Coaching Secrets. What's up, coaches? In this episode, I want to talk about technology overwhelm. All right, this is a big one, especially if you are someone that needs to use technology in order to achieve various goals in your life, and you find that technology brings up a lot of emotions. Maybe it overwhelms you, it confuses you, it distresses you, then this episode is going to be very helpful for you. Also, could be really useful when you're supporting clients because they might experience tech overwhelm as well. And certainly those that are growing their coaching businesses, which I know is a lot of you listening to this, then you might experience some tech challenges as you put yourself out there online, whether it be using social media sites or whether it be setting up various channels to market your business, whether it's even just using a laptop or a smartphone, or nowadays like artificial intelligence. As you know, technology is evolving and it can feel like it is advancing faster and faster as time goes on. And it really is essential to have a healthy relationship with technology so that way you let it work for you and not against you. Now, this sometimes comes up in the academy. We have weekly calls where we provide our students with direct mentorship on their coaching business. Absolutely anything from setting up their business online to figuring out program ideas and their niche and their offers and their pricing and everything. And sometimes our coaches are setting up various technologies and softwares to run their business. And recently we had some coaches that were hitting some blocks with technology and some softwares weren't working for them, and a lot of emotion came up around it. And I was providing some coaching on this, and I know that this is a topic that everyone goes through, and I've certainly gone through it as well. There have been many times over the decade that I've been in the industry when technology has not worked in the way I wanted it to work. So I want to share with you some important mindsets to have around technology and some approaches you can take when you just feel like all of the tech is not working and you might think like Mercury is in retrograde or something. So first of all, technology is neutral. It is not something that is objectively positive or negative. This would be something that we would consider neutral. Just like money, even though it can bring up a lot of thoughts and feelings for people, money is neutral. And time, right? Time is also neutral. So technology would be something that has not a positive nor a negative charge. It is neutral. However, when you have an unmanaged mind, it can bring up a lot of emotions, and that's what can get in your way. We have recently launched a new software that we've made available to all of our coaches in the academy if they want support with setting up their business online. It's an all-in-one marketing software, and it's to allow coaches to design websites, to set up email marketing channels, to have scheduling for their social media posts, and like everything that you would need to send out agreements to clients. It has like all of the features in one. And one of the resources we provided our coaches along with that software is instructional videos on how to get it set up. And I made sure when I created this resource that all of our coaches that use the software know is that there is going to be a learning curve like any software. And with anything that you start to do with your business that involves technology, there is a process where things don't feel like they're working and things don't go your way, or they don't get set up as fast as you'd like to get them set up. And then it does click. And once it's working, it's working, right? Like rarely has any issues after that. So I noticed in the past few months of our in our community when we're launching the software and we're seeing a whole bunch of coaches get up and using it, that some technology overwhelm has come up with some students. And it prompted me to make this episode. So one of the things I want to start with is also the idea that you are more tech savvy than you realize. So you might automatically decide that you're just not a tech savvy person. Do not give yourself that identity. That is only going to cause you to overlook valuable opportunities that you have to simplify processes in your business and improve your own efficiency through technology. So if you have a part of you that thinks that you're just not a tech savvy person, I want you to start to loosen your attachment to that thought. Like, what if that's not true? What if you are more tech savvy than you realize? Instead of saying that I'm not tech savvy thought, which doesn't get you anywhere, you might say, I am someone that is capable of learning new things, right? It's so much more beneficial to have that kind of idea of yourself than just having this blanket statement that you're not tech savvy. You might have thoughts like, I'm older, so therefore technology is harder for me. Again, this is not going to be useful. You might want to, again, try on thoughts like, I am able to learn things at any age. I'm a lifelong learner. I am someone that loves to learn. Now, technology is not what determines the success of your life and your coaching business. The technology is not the make or break. It can sometimes feel like that because technology is very integrated in the world that we live in. So you might think that if your technology fails, it means that you fail. And this is not true. You might feel like it's the end of the world if your website crashes, or if your emails aren't getting delivered, or if your social media account is having difficulties. Technology does not determine your success. You do. You have the power over your success because you are creative, you are resilient, you are able to open up opportunities and possibilities way beyond whether or not your website is working. Okay, success, rather than it being a linear path, it often involves a pile of setback and failure along the way and unexpected challenges. So it's about having resilience, determination, and perseverance so that way you overcome those very natural and normal obstacles. It's about learning from failures and setbacks and keeping yourself moving forward despite the unexpected challenges you might face. Over the years, I've been able to learn how to design websites and create email campaigns and edit videos and use social media, and I didn't know how to do any of that at first. And there are some things with technology that I still don't know, but I just see it as like part of the equation of running a business. I get to learn some things, and other things I just outsource and hire other people to do them for me. There's various examples of tech issues that you might experience when it comes to running an online business. You might have issues with emails not getting sent or received by clients. Maybe your emails go to spam folders, or the deliverability is delayed. Maybe your website is down or crashing, or buttons aren't working on your website in the way you want them to. You might have challenges with social media accounts. Maybe your accounts get suspended, or you have difficulties understanding the algorithm and how to get your posts seen by more people. So many different ways that you can experience tech issues. The list goes on and on. I'm sure as I'm talking about this, you probably are thinking about some tech challenges that you've experienced. Remember, you are capable of getting through this. Okay, do not tell yourself you're not tech savvy. This will become a self-fulfilling prophecy if you do. Don't create any mental barriers that could prevent you from actually learning and improving your technical skills. When you can stay curious, when you can embrace change and seek to expand your knowledge, that's going to position you in a way that you will thrive regardless of whether the technology is working or not. So let's talk about the emotions that often come up when technology doesn't do what you want it to do. So a whole range of emotions. You might have frustration where you're thinking, why isn't this working? I don't have time for this to not work. You might have confusion where you're just thinking, what's going on? This was working fine yesterday. I'm so confused. You might have blame where you're like, this is all because of that software update. So again, might fall under frustration where you start to blame. You might feel helpless where you think, I just have no idea what to do or how to fix this. You might have a sense of panic come up where you think, what if I lose everything? What if I lose all my data? What if this destroys my business? You might have impatience where you think, oh, come on, hurry up. This needs to start working already. You may have disappointment where you think, I can't believe this is happening right now. I'm so upset. Or anxiety in the form of thinking, how am I going to get through my day without this? So there's a whole different grab bag of emotions that you might cling to. It might be your default to go to one or all of those different emotions. And in this episode, I want you to start thinking about how you can create a new default, a new pattern for yourself whenever a tech situation emerges. Of course, these emotions can vary depending on one situation and another. But it's so important for you to be aware of the emotional experience you're having with technology because remember, technology is neutral. It is not creating your emotions. You are. So when you do have tech issues that come up, I want to give you some new emotions and new thoughts and approaches that you can take that are going to be much more productive and helpful when you encounter the inevitable tech problems. Okay, remember, they are inevitable. It's going to happen no matter who you are. I have not met a single person that has never run into any kind of tech issue with their business. One emotion that's really useful to have is calmness. So how can you feel calm? Start by taking some deep breaths, keeping yourself composed, thinking about solutions instead of just reacting to the challenge that's in front of you. So focus on what is the exact problem? How can I figure out a solution instead of getting consumed by your emotions? So having a way to calm yourself down is key. One of the things that I've often done when I really am trying hard to fix a tech challenge is if I feel like I've put in some ideas to fix it and it's still not getting fixed, I walk away from it. I revisit it at a later point. I will go for a walk, or I will I'd get a snack or a meal. I will leave my office. I will work on a different task, and I will revisit the original task in a couple of hours, right? Your whole business is not going to collapse because you've left something behind for a couple of hours. And it's amazing. It's like a lot of the time when you do that, you come back with much more calmness and clarity. And sometimes the challenge and original issue is gone, but otherwise you're able to handle it way more effectively because you're calm. You're not approaching it from a state of panic or chaos. Another great emotion to approach tech issues with is curiosity. So getting curious about, what it is that you can try, having a sense of wonder, being open to new features and ideas and possibilities. Right? You might think, I really wonder how this works out. I really wonder how I'm able to send out an email to my list. I really wonder how I can get a phone number approved for my business. You have this sense of wonder and curiosity versus dread and frustration. Patience is another essential emotion to have. So it's understanding that sometimes it takes some time to resolve some challenges, and that's okay. This is one that honestly I've struggled with a lot, patience. But one thing that I help to navigate patience is I set my expectations in a way that if things don't go right the first time, I'm not frustrated because I never expect them to go right the first time or the second time. If I'm applying some kind of new software or technology to run my business, I know I used to really expect, once I click this button or once I install this software, it's going to work right away. But that would just cause me to be in a lot of frustration and it would drain me and take away from my productivity. So now I just expect it's not going to work the first time or the second time and maybe the third time. And because I've reset my expectations, it allows me to be a lot more flexible and patient and open to troubleshooting the issues and giving myself time when they occur and more space to explore whatever solutions could work out. So if something doesn't work out, I just think, okay, I'm going to try another thing. There's definitely more than one way to solve this. I'll just try the next thing. I'll be patient with this process. So having patience is key. Another powerful emotion to have is gratitude. So yes, we are so we have these different technologies and we want them to work, but sometimes they don't. But isn't it great that we even have the availability of all this technology in this world that we live in today? Aren't we grateful for the way that technology can enhance your life and your work? Right? There used to be days where you couldn't run a business online because we didn't have the internet. So even though the internet and different softwares could be stressing you out, just sinking yourself into a sense of gratitude that you even have the ability to use various technologies to get your message out into the world in a way that people were not able to do 20, 30 years ago is such a privilege. Having a sense of gratitude will help you go through those other emotions that might come up. So again, what if your default, instead of it being frustration when something doesn't go the way you plan, you go to gratitude? Like, think about what kind of a difference that would make for you. And then finally, confidence and optimism. So knowing that when there is a challenge, there's going to be a way to figure it out. It's like that thought, everything is figure outable, right? And just knowing that you'll be able to figure it out. There is a solution to the problem. The world is not ending because your website is down. We actually experienced this earlier this week from when I'm recording this episode. We had some random links that were broken on our website, and we had a lot of people were trying to access our coaching 101 training, which is our like introductory free training on our website. And some people were reaching out to us saying the link wasn't working. So I had to devote some time to going into our software and seeing what was going on. And then we were able to resolve it. So what really helped me navigate that was recognizing like there's a solution to this. The world's not falling apart. It's okay. This is figure outable. So I like to see that technology, again, it's like a puzzle. It's a game you're trying to figure out, or like a machine you're building. So you're just like figuring out how to put all these pieces together and see the fun in that. Think of it, instead of being so attached to my whole life and business and reputation are on the line here, which are really heavy and unnecessary thoughts to have, you can think, I'm just figuring out a puzzle. It's like a game. Remember that when you navigate technology, that you don't have to do it alone. There are people out there and resources that can help you. So if you can't figure something out, then seek out those resources. Don't feel like you have to muscle through something and learn every single software and technology piece in order to be successful. This is why in the Academy, we offer fully lifetime tech support. We really will help you with every single part of growing your business. So that way you don't have to devote so much energy to the tech stuff. You can devote more of your energy to your coaching and less of having to deal with tech challenges, because we'll help you navigate it. Okay. Remember that any challenge you go through with tech issues, remembering that this too shall pass, nothing is permanent. It's going to be resolved. It's not the end of the world. You are going to get through it. And again, if it helps to just step away, sometimes you can do all of the internal shifts in your brain, but really what could be helpful is moving your body, like actually stepping away from your device, right? If it's an issue with your phone, just set your phone on your desk and go for a walk. And I promise you in 20 minutes, you'll come back a whole different person. So sometimes taking a break or a step away from the screens, the moment you feel overwhelmed, could make all the difference for you. Remember, technology is neutral, doesn't have any meaning until you give it meaning, and technology doesn't control or determine your success, whether it's working or not. You determine and you control your success. All right, that's what I got on handling tech overwhelm. Before you go, I'm going to include a snippet from an interview I did with one of our actual coaches inside Thriving Coach Academy, so you can hear their story and learn from their tips to be successful. As always, if you enjoy this show, remember to subscribe and leave us a 5-star review mentioning a sentence or two about what you love about the show. We love seeing those reviews, and it means the world to us. Thanks for listening to this episode, and I will see you in the next one.
My name is Sina Gensch, and I discovered coaching actually a couple of years ago, but I started in Germany. And then I found out that there are also like really other methods coming from the USA, which are very, very much different from the ones I know from Germany. And this was for me like this really breakthrough moment where I actually found what I was looking for like all the time, but I didn't get it in Germany. I was working as a stage designer, and I always felt that I have so much passion for it, but it's like I wasn't able to live that 100% because there were so many circumstances around me which I wasn't able to deal with in a way that I feel okay with that. Because I was struggling so much with this environment, I always had this huge wish that my life would change completely. My decision process was quite fast. I was researching for 3 days. I really trusted my gut feeling. I have so many wins and so many successes because I started in September. Like for my own time framing, I thought that in February I'm going to start my business, and until then I will just train coaching skills. But then after module 2, it just started skyrocketing, and I felt so much confident in coaching, and I decided that I quit my job. I also decided to shift my career completely into being full-time coach. I think for me, the biggest win is that I feel so much more confident in doing what I am doing because of the process Frank is guiding us through. My mind was telling me, you're not ready, you're not good enough, and all that stuff. But with the coaching of Frank and all the other peers, I got to the point that I just did it, and then it just happened. So I started my business, I think 2 weeks ago, and this is, I think, 4 months before I actually planned to start my business. And I haven't ever imagined to be that quick. And I really love to be quick. So I'm doing everything with lots of speed because I love it, but I haven't expected that to happen this quick. And I think for me, the most important thing is that I can see everything of this coming from a place of joy, because this is this huge difference between my job as a coach and my job as a stage designer, that I wanted to enjoy my life and my working life because I naturally have so much passion for working. And so this for me is a gift that I have the skill of coaching, and for the possibility to enjoy my working life. When someone is searching for an institute to do a coaching training, I can highly recommend Thriving Coaching Academy, because I think the values are so high, the qualities are so high. You can do everything on your own pace. If you want to be fast, you can really, really, really be fast. You have so much support. I would say just do it. I would like to emphasize that the coaching training really changed my life. Really, on every layer, on every level. In the beginning, I had this huge wish that something is happening and my life's going to change. It happened. And when I'm telling this other people, I'm okay, these crazy stories that people are telling you that their life suddenly shifted and changed. It happened for me, and I'm really, really glad that I decided to do that.
Hey, would you like access to powerful coaching tools you can use on yourself and clients right away? For being a listener of the podcast, I'm giving you a VIP guest pass to get a sneak peek into my coach training program. Inside, you'll learn our coaches' secret tool they use to transform their clients' lives. And you'll also get a training on how to launch a coaching business. Just head over to www.thrivingcoachacademy.com/VIP to get started. I'll see you on the inside.